How are we going, everyone? Got my secateurs. Wait, got my metho, because we're going to talk about pruning, because we're going right into the season of pruning. We're talking about roses. We did the other one earlier on with my hedge trimmer, and a lot of emails come through saying it's too early, or why aren't you pruning it with your secateurs straight away? Because there are too many and it's not too early for where I am. They are still pushing on some flowers, and I'm standing in front of some more standard roses here. These are nowhere near as big as the other ones near the house. And we've also got our espalier trees at the back. So that's another topic, because we had a lot of emails coming in asking about espaliers. As many times as I've shown it in the past, I'm going to go over there and just go through one of the more advanced ones, and also the spraying that we've done there, because it has come along mighty fine and it's a great specimen to demonstrate on. But first, today's topic, standard roses, or bush roses if you like. Now, if your roses are still putting on growth, great. These, look at that, finished. Rose hips are going to start developing here if I don't prune them off. These the same here. We've got a few left flowers on the outside, nothing on the inside, and along there too. So they're starting to go thin. They are going dormant, folks. So you can wait. Look, there's a little bit of growth here. That's going to happen regardless. Now, if you don't do anything, what's going to happen? It's just going to keep growing out here. Fantastic, isn't it? You don't want it out here. You want to bring it back down. So whether it's the right time or not, if the plant's looking really ratty and like this, it's the right time. You may just want a dead head, like over here like that on the top. What we really need to do here is bring it right down. Now, I started on this one earlier just before we started filming. This isn't an iceberg for whatever the reason. It is a white one, but it might be another variety, but it's definitely not an iceberg. You can tell by the colour leaf. It's not a floribunda. It's more, well, it may be a floribunda because I've been working on it actually. This has had a habit of growing really tall, and I've been trying to bring it right down. Now, the plant was up here. I've brought it down to by 30–40%. Close look. This is what we've got to look for as well. It's not just the shape of the rose, it's also the dieback and disease. And this is what we've got right here. Look at this. This is dead. Dead. Follow it all the way up to the end there. It's dead. Go to the right. Here's another branch that's dead. Now that's called canker. If you come to the middle of the rose here, there's another dead branch here. See that there? It's died back. That's going to work its way back down. And if I come around this corner here, I cut it off earlier already. There's a little cut I just did there earlier, and I've tossed it on the ground, but that doesn't matter. I'll just cut these ones off. These have got to be cut off. Now I'm going to turn my secateurs around because I want the blade closest to the center of the plant, so I get a cleaner cut. Now this ain't going to be the last cut, because we've got another dead one coming along here in there. So all this has worked its way back to the knuckle. This was going to be about rose pruning and shaping, but we've got more serious problems going on here, folks. Look at that. That's just gone. That's dead. Now if we go down here, which I'd like to, but someone's in the way, and if we go down here, we can see there's growth coming on that side and that side, but this branch here is completely dead. Let me just work my way back down. Dead wood. Canker comes from unsterilized tools, going from one plant to another. What I've got here is my metho, sterilizing it. Not that I need to do it on the same plant each time I prune. It's more about going from one plant to the next that you need to spray. But we've got to work our way through here. Now, I didn't come here prepared to do this, and I never seem to be prepared to do anything at the moment, but all right, let me come around this side because I can't see it that well from there. We need to cut it out. We need to get it right down to where it's starting from, because if you don't, you're leaving a little bit of the cancer, intact on the plant. This is going to need a knife so we can clean it off completely. See all that there? Oh God, so I'm just doing the dirty job with a pair of Lowies. I think these are number 11, which are a mighty fine tool, by the way, folks. And they cut beautifully, and you can sharpen them. Make sure if you're going to buy a pair of secateurs, the Lowe's 1, 11, 4, 5, whichever ones we got there, bypass anvil, buy yourself a sharpening tool as well, multi-sharpener tool, which is fantastic. That needs to be painted over now. See that there? That's sort of pretty clean. I think there might be a little bit more there. You can use your budding knife or something like that, but I've just cleaned it all up like that. That's got to be painted over. Now we've got to work on this one here. Look where this one is, right in there. All right, let's go. Still green there on that side, just a little bit dead on that side there. See, that's die back there. It's halfway through the middle, or not even halfway in this case, but that's still a little bit green on there. So if I scratch on this side here, No, it's dead. It's just on the tip there. That's all we got left. That's the last bit of life. So that means we've still got dieback in here, or canker, spreading through. And what it does, it works its way down, folks. If you haven't figured it out already, don't cut these out properly. Don't clean them up. This isn't the tool for here, but that doesn't matter. I'm going to give it a go. Don't clean these up properly, and the bloody thing will spread its way through down the stem, kill off half the stem down here, and work its way down to the root ball, where eventually it'll just kill the entire plant. So that's not too bad. Here's a small example. This is the most common thing you'll see when you cut back a plant. That's the dieback there too. Now that can eventuate and become something more sinister like canker. So we've got to cut that right off completely. That's gone, that bud. See the little one there too as well? That's worked its way back to the end there already. Let's hope it doesn't go any further than that. But we've cut that off the clean spot there. That's what you do with all your plants, with your roses, folks. I mean, whether they're floribundas, hybrid teas, whether they're, thornless varieties, climbing roses, they all have dieback. They all have the similar disease and problems that occur. So either you spray them on a regular basis, or you clean them with, prune them and air them out properly with secateurs, clean secateurs. Now shaping, I'll be quick with this one here because we want to do a more in-depth one. I'm not going to drag it out anymore. The aim is to open up the center. See this one here, it's okay, that's not bad. We can leave it in, it's not really hurting anyone. It may grow out there. There's nothing else growing at the moment. We want to open up the center, and we always want to cut back to an outward facing bud. What I mean by a bud is along here, you see the stems there? There's a bud just there. There's a little bump there, right? It's not a prickle, it's not a little thorn. That's a thorn there, I think it is. Yes, is it? I don't know what that is, I can't even see anymore. No, that's another bud. So we've got a bud facing out there, we've got another bud there. There's a bud here. See that bud there? Just there? That's facing in. So if I was to cut all the way back down to here, on a slight angle, as we talk about, and leave this bud to be pushed out, the sap flow's got nowhere else to go, so it's going to force that to swell out. So the last bud will be the one to pop up, followed by the second last one, which goes down. Have a look over here. See, we've got this old leaf here. That was cut back there. It didn't push out through here for whatever the reason, but it formed out here. Look at that there. So really, what we should be doing here now is just cutting that off there. Oop, 1 second, like that there. Now that's sitting up pretty high, but if I cut it back down to the next one, there's a bud on the inside. It's growing in the wrong way. So this needs to grow out that way, but that's really an ugly look there. So we can go back down to the next one, and if I feel correctly, there's a bud just there. So again, I'm turning my secateurs upside down so I get a cleaner cut on that side. Cut it off. That's it there. That will grow out. That leaf is in the way for now, but that doesn't matter. We can also cut this one back down because that's cut too far back. Look at that. That's way too far for a bud. So cutting back to a bud, a centimetre, not even half a centimetre, on the same angle or on a slight angle that is, so the pointier side is closest to the bud, nearest to the bud. That's going to push out there, that's going to push out there, that's going to push out there. We'll have an open vase shape just here, and we'll probably get 3 or 6 flowers coming on that as well. That's too tall, but at the end of the day, well, let me just quickly finish just to give you an idea what I'd like to see it look like at the end. Bit messy in here, I don't like all that. I'll get that out of here, get that out. That's not too bad for now. Really, that was really the only one I needed to cut off. Little prune over here. We've got a bud there, that's okay. We can eventually cut this right down to here if I like, folks. I can cut it right back to there, cut it back to here, so take out another 4 inches over the taller ones. But, that's not too bad. I mean, the sun's over that side, that's where it comes from, that's why it's growing that way. I just pricked myself really hard. You want to see it? Yeah, I make myself bleed. It's a tiny little prick, don't worry about it. Folks, I'm still recovering, obviously, from the talking, and obviously I still got a sore throat, but I don't know how to stop talking. Coburg site. A lot of emails are coming through about our Coburg store, our retail store in Coburg. If you remember, 21 to 25 Munro Street, Coburg. For Victorians who've travelled in the past, and for interstate viewers and followers, thank you in the past for visiting us down there. Yes, we are opening the store. Not in its full float as it used to be as yet. Slowly, we're adding products online. So it's available online at the moment for click and collect. Not the full range. We're slowly adding every day more and more of our online range that we have available from Lethbridge and home delivery will become available in Coburg as well. So when you go to the product page, have a look on the right side where there's the product information. You'll see 3 options, 3 shipping options. There's the general overall shipping, which makes it available. Then you've got Coburg, you've got Lethbridge, as well to follow underneath that. I think there's only 3 like that. So there's Coburg pickup, and you'll have the quantity there next to that. So if there's a 0 quantity next to the Coburg description, means there's no stock at Coburg as yet. So be patient, watch out for that. You can put a remind me when it's back in stock, a notice on each one. Otherwise, everything else will be available in the due course in the next couple of weeks as we go along. Fingers crossed. It's at vasilisgarden.com. Check it all out. From me, Vasili, Maresi.